Ah, welcome back, old friend. And how should I be addressing you these days? The honorary knight of Mondstadt? The Tumaini of Natlan? Or the great hero of Nodkrat?
Well, you sure have your finger on the pulse. We've barely caught our breath since...
News travels fast on the wind. But before I can turn your tales into tunes, I need to hear them from the horses. My wine and my lyre are at the ready. So please, traveler. Amazing! Incredible! The Rahier of Solnari and the Doctor? Truly a tale for the ages! So, I'm guessing the wild hunt is a thing of the past now that you've defeated the...
Seems that way. We were kind of focused on dealing with the Doctor, though.
Well, that's good to hear. Hey, now that the North... I haven't seen him in the longest time.
Hooray! Paimon was wondering about that, too. He did call you...
Let's call it half asleep. I was resting my eyes in the Thousand Winds Temple one day when I heard a commotion outside. It was a young knight who had journeyed there in search of trials and oracles after hearing some tall tales at the local tavern. In fact, all that awaited him were moss-covered walls and an angry ruin guard. But he seemed completely unfazed, laughing heartily as he sent the ruin guard's missiles flying off into the horizons.
They must have been making quite a racket if it was enough to wake up the tone-deaf bard.
Yeah, it sounded kinda like...
Hey! Whoa, bring it on!
like that.
Giving up already? You're not half as tough as Vargas said.
A young knight of Favonius trekking out to the Thousand Winds Temple in search of adventure.
The bard in green... I was just wondering I was gonna track you...
Oh! So you were looking for the tone-deaf bard? Strange place to start your search.
Hold on. Blonde hair, white hair? You must be the honorary knight. And Paimon! The Grand Master talks about you all the time. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lowen, Vice Captain of the 5th Company of the Knights of Favonius and a member of the Expeditionary Force. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you're part of the expedition, huh? Right. So that's why Paimon's never seen you around in months.
That's probably because when the Wild Hunt was still running rampant, I spent most of my time out on my own, making mince. Then, once the Wild Hunt calmed down, I got sent back to Monster.
No wonder we never saw you while we were dealing with the doctor. So,
Deliver some letters. There's one for the Knights of Favonius, one for the church, another for the Dawn.
jeez, how many people has he sent to deliver his mail now? Mika, Inefa, in fact, he's earned himself a new nickname. Let's go with Sir Writes a Lot.
I'll have you know that poetry and so, tone deaf or not.
Wait, really? Darn it!
Anyway, since this young man has come all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple,
You sure are. To use the Grand...
This one is for the bard in green clothes. These days, doesn't really have an address as such. You could start...
I figured that since there was this punching bag here, Ruin Guard, I could get some practice in while I was at it. So,
That Varker is so slapdash sometimes. It's a good thing we haven't.
he also said to...
nothing in particular. Just some idle chatter between two drinking buddies. But if Varka gave you a whole bunch of letters.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, why don't we have Mondstadt's honorary knight escort this homeward bound wanderer to the city? I'm sure some of the recipients.
Let's go! It's been a while since Paimon's.
Thank you so much, Honorary Knight.
The abyss, the wild hunt, and get home safe.
Why do my Surely there's no way anyone found the secret stash of cash in my office. That would be terrible.
Grandmaster, bad time to get distracted.
Watch out! Enemies approaching!
Huh? Oh, it's just a few stragglers. This expedition is almost over. We will make our try. On me. Try to keep up.
Without the ray here of Sonari to direct them, it seems like all that's left is their primal urge to destroy.
If this is all that the Wild Hunt can muster now, surely the Lightkeepers of Nodcry will be able to deal with what's left.
Just like I thought.
Grandmaster, based on Lightkeeper intel and our own reconnaissance, one of the suspected targets should be just up ahead.
Good. You know the drill. Stay here and...
Yes, Grandmaster.
We meet again, Andreas.
So, you've returned from Mondstadt. Don't you want to see what it looks like now? I was planning to take a look around there myself. Perhaps you could be my guide.
What's this? An echo from 1,000 years ago? Everything seems normal so far. Here's hoping I'm just overthinking things. There are 2 other places to check. Maybe this will all go smoothly after all. It's your turn, my friend. Come, Andreas!
Although, for returning to your old home, perhaps...
Boreas.
Huh?
Injustice. Corruption. Iniquity. Is the surface world still as wretched and foul as ever? Answer me, heir to the knighthood of Boreas.
Looks like I'm not getting out of this without a fight. That's where things stand with the expedition. The victors will be returned. P.S. I hope everyone's keeping up with their daily P.P.S. I wrote individual letters for each and every one of you. Don't forget to write back.
Everyone gets one? Wow!
I guess the Grand Master must have something specific. Even I got a letter, and I'm not a real...
Jean?
Oh, yes. That's our Grand...
By the way, anyone know where I can find the cavalry captain? I have a letter.
You mean Kaya? He said he was meeting a friend from the church, allegedly for work. Said he was exchanging intel. But I'd say there...
I'm on Beth, there'll be lots of familiar faces there. How about we...
Really? Oh, that would be a great help, thank you.
Our thanks to you too, Lowen. The other knights will...
Great, but I won't be resting just yet. I have one last letter to deliver. I heard that another challenger recently passed Boreas' trial. Well, then...
Very well, but please remember to...
I will. Goodbye.
Honorary Knight, you're still here?
Huh? But Skirk is...
True. From what you and Lowen have... It seems that Mondstadt no longer faces any threat from the perils of the North, and yet, for some reason...
If I don't make it back from this expedition, you'll have to assume that if it comes to that. Remember to train the next... I've planted some promising seeds in Mondstadt. Some have yet to master the art of social interaction. Some don't yet understand that they too need protecting. And some, what's wrong? Well, there's no need to frown. Until I return, at least.
The lineage of the Knights of Boreas has nearly been extinguished twice in Mondstadt's history. The first wandering knight to claim the title arrived in Mondstadt 1,000 years ago, along with his wolf companion. He was as free as the wind. He left no succession plan behind, even his name, but he had an informal disciple, a knight named Ravenwood, who admired when the old aristocracy tried to regain power. Ravenwood came once more to Mondstadt's defense. From that
Wolf spirit? You mean that big blue wolf in Wolfenden?
Correct. As you may already know, the Wolf of the North is and the Knight of Boreas serves as an intermediary between him and humanity. Lupus Boreas, who had never known what it meant to love, came to understand it through the journey with his human companion. In the end, he chose to allow his power to become one. This was once a well-known tale in Mondstadt, but these days, few people are aware that the starting...
Huh?
The great Wolf King of the North came here from Nodcry, although he doesn't like to speak of his past. In fact, he rarely shows himself to people at all nowadays. As such, this tale can only be found deep within the Knights of Favonius library. Even among the Knights of Favonius, few are aware of it. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to Nodcry's Wolf of the North. I kept my speculations to myself, however. Sharing them would only spread unwarranted suspicion toward the Four Winds among the people of Mondstadt. You experienced the turmoil caused by Duval and the East Wind's actions for yourself. Surely you can understand my concern?
No wonder Varga wasn't clear about his motives. Is that what he was worried about?
Very possibly. He was probably also reserving judgment, having heard about your experience. The Grand Master didn't disclose any concrete objectives before departing on his expedition. I couldn't help but wonder whether it might somehow be related to And as it turns out, the calamity born in the north wasn't an ancient god, but rather the Wild Hunt and the Doctor. Yes, I completely... It can turn rapidly in times of battle, even if his contingency plan never needs to be put into action. Thank you for being such a patient listener. If you have any spare time, would you mind stopping off to say hello to the other... Fearless.
Into a pretty long conversation, huh? We should probably go deliver those letters to the Angel Share now.
Fearless.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice cubes. Then drain out the water before adding the other ingredients. How's that for a secret recipe? Maybe it's worth a little intel in return.
please. I've known that little trick for a good 10 years at least. You'll have to offer something a little more substantial if you're serious about trading.
When you're mixing drinks in hot weather, start by pouring in cold water and add ice.
I know there's no one else in the tavern right now, but do you two really need to talk so loudly? Especially if you're supposed to be exchanging confidential information.
Kaya! Rosaria! D-Luke! Paimon knew we'd find you here!
Looks like it's about to get even noisier.
A little liveliness never killed anyone. Traveler, Paimon, what brings you our way?
Please allow me to once again express my sincere condolences regarding your late father and the incident with Eric. We make absolutely no excuse for his crimes. I hope you will give some serious consideration to the question I asked you before I left, though I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ask by now. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome.
From the look on your face, I'm guessing the Grand Master is still refusing to drop it?
He nags like an old man. It's hardly surprising.
Huh? Drop what?
Nothing, really. Before leaving on the expedition, Varka came here to chat with me over a drink. I failed to avoid. He, asked me if I'd consider rejoining the Knights of Favonius, and I declined. He expressed his regret about everything that happened, and...
Yeah, right! Sounds like you skipped a lot of details. There's clearly more to it.
Whatever details I chose to omit are in the past. Dragging them back up now serves no purpose.
You say that now, but back then, you couldn't let it go. You and the Knights of Favonius were constantly at odds.
I wasn't seeing the full picture. I've had a lot of time to, but my answer remains unchanged. Both the Grandmaster and the acting Grandmaster are... I can't see the shadows that lurk beneath them due to the size of the organization they lead. They need someone on the outside to keep...
If I had a Mora for every time I've heard you repeat that argument. I actually don't disagree with the first part of what you said, but don't you think someone can keep tabs on things from the inside?
When you join an organization, you're bound by its rules, no matter how free it may seem on the surface.
You think so? Never mind the Knights. Have you honestly ever been bound by the rules of...
Good question. Have you considered that maybe that's why I chose to join the church and not the Knights to begin with?
Are they arguing or not? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, kind of like the contingencies Jean was talking about. The more ways...
What should I report back to the Grand Master on? Let me think. Public order inside the city, monster activity in the wild. Oh, and a review of the latest vintages. I think I'll leave it at that.
My reply won't be a long one, as usual.
If you hadn't had to deliver that guy's mail, you wouldn't have been subjected to all this tedious arguing. When I write back, I'll tell him to quit making trouble for other people.
It's no trouble. Lowen did most of the work. We just volunteered to do the last leg of the journey. Mostly so we could come say hello.
So you see what's really going on here? All three of us fell for that old rascal's scheme far too readily.
Huh? Scheme? What do you mean?
No. While I'm sure Varka knows full well that Diluc would never agree to rejoin the Knights, I believe the sentiments he expressed were genuine, as was his offer. There are people like Kaya and I, and then there are those who are true champions of justice to the core. Those people are the most susceptible to being driven to extremes by great upheaval. Not only that, but it happened to a Knight of Boreas. That'll really hit home for Varka. And that's why his nagging is even more persistent than usual. Yeah. So no one's told you this before? The lineage of the Knights of Boreas had nearly been
Oh! Wasn't Jean telling us about this? Wait. And then we got caught up talking about the expedition.
I happened to hear about it from Varka once when he was drinking and started yammering on. The second crisis in the Knights of Boreas lineage. It was 500 years ago. Although the Knights of Boreas are meant to be intermediaries between humans and wolves, in practice, very few of them have been truly recognized by Lupus Boreas over the past millennium. Of those who have, the best known are the first Knight of Boreas, Ravenwood, the wolf pup Rostam, and Varka himself. But 500 years ago, there was one who earned the respect of Boreas even before gaining the title. He was a disciple of Rostam. They thought he would become the mightiest knight of Boreas who ever lived. He was the perfect knight. Righteous, principled. His name was Roland, the blood-stained knight.
Yikes! Bloodstained.
Well, apparently his original title was, but he lost countless comrades during the Abyssal Calamity 500 years ago. The endless bloodshed stained his sword and armor a crimson as deep as black. Transformed after that, he threw himself completely into battling monsters, leaving Mondstadt and the Knights of... It's hard to say whether the loss of an important figure in his life is what drove him to the point of obsession. But had he known that the Knights of Favonius would always welcome him back... So if you want my opinion, the reason why Varka keeps asking Diluc to rejoin, despite knowing that he'll never say yes, is to let him know you're not alone. After all these years, he's still as persistent as ever. Just like how he used to be with me.
Huh. Turns out Varka's a lot more thoughtful than he lets on. Paimon had the wrong idea about him. Anyway, there's still something about this whole Boreas business that Paimon isn't really getting. Wasn't Andreas a god in Mondstadt thousands of years in the past? If so, why did Jean say that Boreas and the Wandering Knight only arrived here just 1,000 years ago? Plus, Paimon's super curious about what... That's a great idea! Jean said he hasn't been showing himself much lately, but he always seems happy to oblige whenever...
shattered!
There is no escape!
Stabilize!
Drop!
Fearless! Ha, ha.
I will have order!
Illusion shattered!
Starfall!
Merciless!
Gather! Order guide you!
There is no escape! Merciless! Paradigm shift! Fearless! And never draw those out!
Are you alright? Oh no! What now?
Stop right there! Answer me this. The 2 letters I gave you, who are they for?
2 letters? Wasn't it 3?
Okay. Well, Paimon's coolest naive expression doesn't appear to be an act.
Hey! What are you trying to say? Wait. Paimon passed a test? Really? Ha! She didn't even realize she was taking one!
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness. They fought against the aberrations that encroached upon this land. And our attackers showed no ability to disguise themselves this time.
Well, if the boss of Wolvendom has vouched for you, I guess I should apologize for doubting you just now.
You may dispense with your suspicions. The Wolfpack has borne witness.
Sure was. Fortunately, my experience in Nodcry didn't go to waste. Turns out something seems wrong with that old wolf, though.
Merciless!
Lupus Boreas, not injured. Why so weak? Am I not strong?
You are not to blame. With your Iron Claw, you successfully blocked their attacks. However, their assault went beyond the mere physical world. They followed my trail from the distant north across the ley lines. They sought to corrupt the territory I protect. We meet again, human Lupical.
So, are you saying that that the wild hunt we just got attacked by came all the way from Nodcry to Mondstadt? How is that even possible?
As you know, I stand before you as an incomplete being. I am but one remnant of the god Andreas' soul. The source of this turmoil. I can sense it. It lies in the north. It is the part of me that remains in Nodcry, from whence I...
Huh? Now Paimon's even more
For many gods, housing a part of their soul within an object is no difficult feat. But those who can perform such delicate partitions as this are rare, even among the gods. The Wolf